raise the bar to your skin, try it. That's why we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. And I love that you do it. As I said, you guys out there demand it like we do. We want clinical studies. It's always like, prove it to me. Come on. There's so much competition out there.
Sure.
And you do a 4-week and an 8-week. We're not all created equally.
It's true, and the adult skin cell cycle really works on that 35 to 57-day cycle. So there's a real purposeful reason why those dates were chosen for any clinical study. And it's not just this clinical study. Every skincare product really goes through studies that take place, and they accumulate that data every 4 weeks.
Well, take advantage of it. And you know, I know we had a phone call to Kelly, our producer. An individual was asking, you know, that she does suffer with a little bit of rosacea. I'm here with a dermatologist, a board certified, who's, you know, awards, and you know, he also teaches at universities and such. So let me tell you, if he says it's okay, try it, everybody. That's, you know, and always use it sparingly. This one here is also for around the eyes.
You can use it anywhere where you're starting to see those signs of wrinkles, or you can even use it on the deepest wrinkles that you have. And you'll notice a change very, very quickly. But like you said earlier, the results are cumulative over time, and that's what I tell all my patients. If you come to my office in Beverly Hills, you'll hear me say it over and over and over. Compliance is key. You have to continue using it. When we look at this picture here, and this picture really doesn't do it justice, if you want to get up close to the TV and take a look, compare the wrinkles on the left versus the right on the forehead and in between the brow. You'll notice a significant reduction. This is over the course of 8 weeks. The cheeks is where it really, really shows a nice difference here.
That, doctor. That's amazing.
Exactly, and this is a person. She was just absolutely thrilled with the product. This was done a couple weeks ago. She wanted the product, and during the testing, they couldn't even give it to her because it wasn't out yet. So I'm sure she has since purchased it. But
and they don't know the products when they're doing these blind.
Yeah, they have no idea what it is.
It's just it's generic A.
Exactly, that's exactly.
They have no idea what they're using.
They're compared against placebo, and this is someone who was just so thrilled about the product, as am I, because you really get those nice clinical results, like you said, very quickly. But the effects are cumulative over time.
Now, this is brand new to us, everybody. You know, we're going to hold that price for $65 for the 30 days. Try it. Take advantage of one of those easy pays that you see on your screen of $21.67. That's well less than $1 a day. And maybe you're at that stage right now. Maybe it's just that one little marionette line, or maybe it's the number 11s, or maybe it's the crow's feet that you're starting to see. So maybe that's where you want to target, and it will last you longer. Like you're saying, everything else I'm pretty happy with. Maybe it's just that crow's feet or the forehead lines that you want to try it on. So give this a try. We're calling it a wrinkle filler. I love what Dr. Kirby said. It's a wrinkle fighter, because it's not. It's almost instant gratification, but at the same time, the more you use it, the better the results that you're going to see. I love that, you know, they have all these great options. In fact, they're even having these so-called, you know, bee parties where you're getting injections. And you know, it's nice to have all those options. And if you're saving up for that, saying, you know, I'm at that special birthday and I know I'm going to be getting those injections, good for you. Maybe try this before you think you're going to do that, because again, I'm petrified of needles. That's me. If one came at me, I'd be running like a grade 3 schoolgirl. But also, that's temporary. These are solutions. These are not temporary. Professional level solutions and the highest grade technology is involved in this product. So I tell people, you really have to make a treatment hierarchy for yourself. It should, no matter who you are, what you do, broad spectrum sunscreen every single day. The sun effects are cumulative, even in ambient light. They're terrible for you. So you'll always hear me say broad spectrum sunscreen every single day. Stabilized retinol technology at night, and for those deep wrinkles, it's imperative you use a hyaluronic acid. It's a really, really nice way to take an active role in the fight against the aging process. And with, you know, the hyaluronic acid, our body, just like everything else, gets depleted, and that's when you start seeing those, you know, first signs of aging. And if you want to help plump up the skin, if you want to help that dewiness back into the skin, you can do it with Dermatologics, as you see here, everybody. So take advantage of it. If it's an issue for you, and this is for maybe probably not for that 18-year-old, but somebody that is visibly starting to see those lines, whether it's the number 11s or it's the crow's feet, and you're just not happy with it, then try this. And this is something that twice a day, once a day, what do you recommend? Use this just once a day. Okay. Once again, the way I use it is I use the serum at night, thin layer to the entire face, and then any area where I'm worried about wrinkles, I target with this. Now, earlier you said maybe you just have one wrinkle, and it's really interesting that you mentioned that, because everyone has some asymmetry to their face. If you're right-handed, for an unknown reason, sometimes your muscles on the left side of your face are stronger. If you're left-handed, you may notice that the wrinkles on the right side of your face are a little deeper, and we're really not quite sure why. Also, it depends on which side you sleep on. If you sleep on one side more than the other,
obviously you're going to have more of a crease there. And as a result, you may need to use a little more on one side more than the other. I sleep on my left side.
Can I get a pillowcase made out of this?
Yeah, exactly. So needless to say, you can adjust and use a tiny little bit to fight the wrinkles wherever you're seeing them on your face, and you can adjust the amount you use based on the amount of wrinkles that you have.
That's a very good point. I never even thought of that. You know, our life patterns, our sleeping patterns make a big difference. I love the whole idea that Dr. Kirby is saying nighttime, because when we're at, that's why it was invented when we were created to sleep, because when we're at sleep, it's like there's other things going on. It's like a midnight shift that's going on. There's a lot of things that repair everybody. So for many of you, when you want to start seeing those visible results, Dr. Kirby's asking one application per day with this one, with the filler, and of course our dermatologics, our RNX. The
Neutrogena Dermatologic Serum. It's the NX Retinol Serum.
Which we'll get back to in just a few moments. But in the meantime, if you want to get both, please do. That's what Easy Pay is for. We'll even save you on your shipping and handling when you're bundling it together. But try it. You've trusted Neutrogena. It's not as if you've never even tried a product before, you know the name. You recognize the quality. And to me, nowadays, longevity in any business means something. Over 40 years and in 70 countries. That says a lot right there.
Oh, I mean,
you know?
the other thing too, and it's not as though my opinion is the end-all be-all, but my professional reputation is on the line. I wouldn't support, endorse, and be the spokesperson for a company if I didn't think they made the most phenomenal of products. And I will tell you, I am the least hypocritical dermatologist you'll ever meet. The products that I recommend are the products I use myself and the products I use for my own family. So people ask me all the time, and I don't mind at all. They ask me how old I am. I'm 37. I do a phenomenal job with sun protection, and I use broad spectrum sunscreen every day, but I use stabilized retinol technology every single night. And that's really the beauty of this line. Every product in this line has that stabilized retinol technology. You will not find, in my professional opinion, a retinol that's more efficacious.
And that's the key, because when you think about retinol has been, you know, touted as the skin care, you know, and anti-wrinkle fighter for, you know, for many, many, many years. And you've heard that and you've seen the evolution of it. But with the dermatologics line from Neutrogena, everybody, it's like I said, it's a separate entity. They're all about cutting edge, innovators, and what's new and what's changing and how can we make it better. That's what this line is all about. And I'm sure you're always not just asked your age, but people probably come up to you, what do you recommend?
Oh, of course.
You must get that all the time.
Of
and
course.
when you're teaching, you know, because I know you teach a lot of medical students, they're probably saying, you know what, I'm going to be asked, what, you know, what's the fountain of youth? And we all would love to know, you know, eating right, everything is done through the inside out. But, you know, remember, this is our largest organ, which protects everything else. And it is the one that is inundated 24 hours a day, you know, especially, and whatever's left over that's not on the face, I highly recommend that you put it on your hands, too.
You can use it on the neck, the chest, the décolleté. That's why, one of the reasons why people wanted to know exactly how much to use is because there's a lot of confusion out there when products are created. And
more is not better all the time.
Exactly. Compliance is so much more important than volume. So it's more important that you use it really consistently every single day or every single night. And a pearl size amount is enough of both these two products that we're going to talk about today, is enough to cover, you know, for the serum, the entire face, and for even of the deepest wrinkles, a little droplet amount is enough to cover those. And sometimes people, they really want to jump in both feet first and use more product than necessary. That you don't have to do that at all. Just be compliant with it is more important.
And that's the key. Try it. I know you and I, and I'm sure Dr. Kirby, we all have our favorite skincare regimens. If you want to just make it better, you want to raise that bar with your skin, everybody, try the products that we have available for it. Maybe you've already been a big Neutrogena fan. This is another avenue. This is another division. And it's really going to supercharge. So remember, you do have our 30-day money-back guarantee. We're going to show you once again, everybody. We'll have Dr. Kirby explain this.
Yeah, let's talk about, this is a mechanism of action video. It's really simple. You apply the product to any deep line, crease, wrinkle on the face. Increased surface cell turnover is what the stabilized retinol does. The hyaluronic acid plumps up the appearance of those fine lines, plumps up the appearance of those wrinkles. Really, very, very quickly, within 10 minutes, people notice a difference in the appearance of their skin with this product. And even when you feel it, it almost has you can almost imagine a spongy-like effect. It's really, it's very luxurious, but hyaluronic acid holds 1,000 times its weight in water. And that's what our little sponge demonstration earlier showed, is that you can imagine a micro sponge technology. That hyaluronic acid is really sucking up that water, plumping it up very nicely. And when you compare, you know, this hard old sponge versus the sponge that has that high level humectancy, you can really see a nice difference.
I mean, it's funny. It's what Mother Nature takes away. You know, Neutrogena Dermatologics is putting back. And you know, it just makes perfect sense, and it's the simplicity of it. I can see why this gentleman would love this line, because it's so fast, it's so simple. We'll get back to the serum, everybody, but take a look at some of the studies, and that's what a lot of you want when it comes to skincare. I want clinical studies.
Exactly. One application, 70% of users showed improvement in the appearance of crow's feet lines and exceptional hydration lasting up to 24 hours. And this is not just me. This is a clinical study with dermatologists done on patients. After 4 weeks, 90% of users showed an improvement in the appearance of crow's feet lines. 81% of users showed appearance in they noticed an overall younger looking appearance to their skin. So that, I mean, that's just that alone, 81% younger looking, more youthful appearance to their skin after 4 weeks. That's an incredible statistic.
We have a minute before we take a little break, and another caller just they want to speak to our producer Kelly, and she is lovely, by the way.
People get nervous to call in, and I understand
that's
completely,
fine.
but feel free to call in and ask Kelly questions too. She'll relay them to us.
But you know, I know asking, can they use them together? Can
Oh,
they,
100%. The serum. Here's how I use it. The serum I use every single night.
Okay.
The wrinkle filler, or I call it the wrinkle fighter, I use to any areas that I'm concerned about.
So you don't cocktail them together, doctor?
No. It'd probably be a little bit strong for the average person. Just start with that, because you have to keep in mind these are real treatment options. It's not a cover-up. It's not a makeup. These are professional level solutions. So if you already have a regime that you like, you simply incorporate the serum either day or night, and then I recommend using the wrinkle filler at the alternate time that you're not using it. So if you're using the serum at night, wrinkle filler during the day, plus a broad spectrum sunscreen with Helioplex.
It's simple and easy. 431-435 is your item number. We are not going to be getting back to this, everybody. We're going to go back to the serum after the break. So if you want this, please take advantage of it. And you know what? More is not better. So a little goes a long way, and you'll really target where you want. All right, we have some great fashions here at the Shopping Channel, and again, you can check them out online at theshoppingchannel.com. Please do not miss out on ordering. I don't want you to let this one pass by. This is my first show here with Dr. Will Kirby, and I know you're going to love the results. Clinical studies, it's all about looking and feeling good with Neutrogena. Don't go anywhere.
Names you.
To see you, everybody. My name is Richard Nestor, and welcome to the Shopping Channel. This hour is all about something new and innovative with Neutrogena, a company that's been around for 40 years. They're in 70 different countries, but this is Neutrogena Dermatologics. This is another division. This is all about innovating, cutting edge, brand new technology, and we're going to head back to the serum. Dr. Will Kirby is here. I'm surprised none of you have called in with a question or a concern. I know you've been calling our producer Kelly, and that's wonderful, but this is for all skin types. If you want to change the look of your skin, we can help you do that. And let's say hello once again to Dr. Will Kirby. This has been nice to have you back here.
Thank you for having
me. A pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I'll tell you, everybody's been loving the products. Once they get to try them. Take advantage of our 30-day money-back guarantee and one of our interest-free easy pay, because this can definitely change the look to the appearance of your skin.
Oh, it's such an easy product to use. It incorporates well into any regime, and if you're not using any regime and you just want to enter into the anti-aging market, it's a great way to take a baby step into it and really, really get an efficacious result. Something you mentioned earlier is just people are a little bit confused to call in or embarrassed to call in. You know, a lot of times people get nervous about the whole process, and that's
big
true.
brother thing, though,
well, that's true too, but it's the skincare, just skincare in general is so confusing because there's so many products out there, and people are actually afraid to ask a question because there's so much miscommunication. And I tell people it's really a function of keeping your regime very, very simple, setting up a personal hierarchy for yourself. And once you get your product line simplified, and it's just easy to use it and really great to see those clinical results.
Somebody just joining us and they're just looking at this, and we only have 5 minutes on it. What is it, first of all?
Well, let's talk about really quickly what is the most important thing in this. Stabilized retinol technology is the key ingredient in this entire line. What does stabilized retinol technology do? Increases surface cell turnover, continuously provide a more youthful appearance to your skin, diminish the look of fine lines and aging. Superior anti-aging benefits is what's associated with this entire line.
Once a day, Dr. Will actually recommends everybody, and you use it at nighttime.
I use it every single night. In the last, someone called earlier in the day when we were doing a show earlier, and they said, do you really use it all the time? And I said, the only time that I don't use it is when I was on a medical mission to Ecuador. I was in the jungle, and I literally didn't have it with me. Other than that, I am a super nerd. I practice what I preach. A pearl size amount is what I use to my face every single night. And although I don't want you coming to my house or breaking into my medicine cabinet, if you were to open it up and look in there, this is exactly what you'll find.
And you know this is first of all, you've cleansed, and after you've done that, that's when you're using. Can they use? Because I know a lot of people, and I have my favorites. You have your favorites. So you all know that if you've been shopping with me for 15 years. Can I use one of my favorite moisturizers or something with this serum?
100%. It's a great. People say, can I use it as a companion product? Absolutely. The only thing is, your other products will become your companion product because this will be your favorite product. A pearl size amount covers your entire face, and it needs to be the first thing that comes in contact with your skin every single night or during the day with a broad spectrum sunscreen.
But retinol, which I think we're all so familiar with, because even our mother